agriculture continues to change rapidly. A couple things that have changed our focus and why we're back in the Eastern Corn Belt. Traditionally, we were able to source a lot of grain for our Gulf facility at Myrtle Grove, Louisiana, out of more western areas of the Corn Belt.
Well, with the advent of all the build-out of ethanol facilities in the Midwest, consumed about 30% or greater of most of the corn capacity in the Midwest.
And that's forced us to come back to the Eastern Corn Belt to help serve the market for the Louisiana Gulf terminal.
So we started this process 7-8 years ago, trying to create relationships with cooperatives over here in this Eastern Corn Belt who have access to the river, because that's the main transportation system to get down to Myrtle Grove, Louisiana. So that was primarily the reason. Is it was a situation where the movements of grain changed dramatically 6-7 years ago with the advent of ethanol, and the other one being the primary destination for, I'll call the Western Corn Belt grain, going to the PNW. And it made it logical for us to come over here in the Illinois and Ohio River to look at origination to fulfill our needs. Well, it's been a wonderful relationship.
We look for partners that we can create really win-win relationships with.
And we found this relationship to be really beneficial, I think, for both sides.
CHS has offered a world market, which has benefited our producers. We're all about the producers, we're owned by the producers.
And what we've kind of found is we've been able, through CHS, to bring value to the producer as well as our country elevators, and has really also been able to help us expand to maybe get to different growers that we didn't used to work with.
This cooperative brings to us the origination, the facilities, the expertise in handling the grain to get it on the barge so we can get it down to our port for exporting. So again, it's a matter of strategy, locations for corn, locations on the river for getting access to the loading, and then having the people relationships that we think has made a wonderful partnership.
We're able to hit a lot of global markets out of our Myrtle Grove facility, so that's ultimately where the corn and soybeans from Elburn end up. They are to our global customers.
So the thing, ironic here, is you come out of Illinois and it ends up in New Orleans, and in New Orleans it gets on a ship and it's probably being used in one of the Pacific Rim countries.
Our corn is going to the Southeast Asia, it's going to the Far East, and again, it just enhances that profitability for our producers. So we're farther into the pipeline and fully into the export market.